Why do we struggle so much with asking for help? Maybe it makes you feel afraid. Maybe it makes you feel proud. Or maybe it makes you feel ashamed. Whatever your reason is that's holding you back from asking for help, take solace in the fact that you're here and you're doing something about it. What I've found since starting this YouTube channel is that so many people are willing to help, but there's so many people afraid to ask for help. To get sober and to have a better life, even just in general, we need help. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the reasons why I didn't ask for help when I knew that I needed to. Some of the ways that asking for help has transformed my life into a life that I never knew that I could live, but a life that I always wanted. Stick with me till the end. I'm not some kind of a guru or even a licensed therapist. I just have experience with getting sober. But that's pretty valuable in my estimation. I mean, so much in fact that here where I live in Michigan, you don't have to have a certificate to be a sober coach. You can just do it. That was kind of the route that I was thinking about taking a year ago before I started this channel, but for some reason, starting a YouTube channel always was calling to me. I always kind of felt like I wanted to document what I have to say and what I had to say on video. Before that, the first 4 years of my sobriety, I pretty much just typed everything out. I was on a sobriety forum called This Naked Mind, and I shared every single day my most vulnerable thoughts and details of my life. I trusted that group. I trusted the people there. I trusted that format was private, that it wasn't going to be sent out to the universe, and that my private information was going to be shared with the world. Eventually, I decided that I felt confident enough to just share my sobriety. That's kind of when I started this channel. Just before I started this channel, I did a church testimonial, something that in my wildest dreams years ago, I never thought I could do something like that. First of all, get to know a pastor at a church, but second of all, speak in front of the camera about my sobriety. It wasn't comfortable, but I did it, and I was glad that I did it. But I couldn't have done it without asking for help for many years before I got to a point where I felt confident, comfortable, and that I could trust the other people that were making the video, the people that were helping me and talking about my experiences and asking me questions to make it make sense before editing. It was about an hour-long interview, and it was edited down to about 6.5 minutes. Everything that I wished to say about why I quit drinking and how I got sober, I was able to convey in that message. Since taking that video down, there was some details about my family in there that I didn't particularly want to be public, so I decided to take that down. Back to the topic at hand, which is asking for help. First and foremost, I had to be able to be vulnerable. I was already in a vulnerable state. As drinkers, we're always feeling vulnerable, right? We're always feeling like nobody understands us, which they probably don't. We're always feeling like we're kind of the outcasts. Maybe we're the people that have the problem. Maybe we're the people that are stubborn in our ways. We're stuck in our ways, and we don't necessarily want help. In order to get sober, allowing myself to be vulnerable was the first step. I had watched a few TED Talks with Brene Brown in the years leading up to getting sober. I watched several Tony Robbins videos, motivational videos, and it wasn't just about sobriety, but it was just about your willingness to be open and honest, and how that can transform your life, and not just honest with other people, honest with yourself. Because if we're not honest with ourselves, there's no way we're going to get over our problems. And being in addiction, we lie to ourselves every single day. We lie about how much we're drinking. We lie about the problem that we have with drinking. We lie about just how much of a hold alcohol has over ourselves. Those are the first things that we have to be able to admit. If we can't admit those, then we're never going to get out of our addiction. It's just not going to happen. So trust. You got to find the people that you can trust. I found this Naked Mind community. I found a therapist that specialized in addiction recovery and who was an addict himself. And the hardest part, and it shouldn't be the hardest part, but the hardest part was being honest and open with my wife, telling her when I was having cravings to drink, exploring why I was having cravings to drink, and getting to the bottom of my feelings, which was completely uncomfortable. Not fun, not something that I wanted to do, but something that I knew that I needed to do. I had to get over my pride. I had to get over my fear. I had to not be ashamed to admit that I need help. I need support. That was the complete change and shift that it took to get to the point where I am right now, which is 5 years sober. My wife gave me this coin Sunday, and I celebrated my 5 years on Sunday, and it was a vulnerable day, as all my other milestones have been in some way or another. Years 1 and 2 of my sober journey were really vulnerable. Years 3 and 4, I don't remember them being too overwhelming. But year 5, for whatever reason, and it hit me on Sunday, the day of, that I felt vulnerable. And I think it was because lately I've been seeking and searching out something that isn't necessarily even there. I've been going back and forth about YouTube and what I should post and what I shouldn't post, and how much I should say and not say, and all these things. And nobody has the answer for that but me and God. God is ever present in my life, and prayer has been a huge part of my sobriety. It's the reason I started this channel. I made it Faith and Sobriety. I gave it a year. I read the Bible all of last year, and that really helped me in my ability to share my most vulnerable stories with you guys, with other people that are watching from YouTube, and just be honest and open about my life. I did my first live stream yesterday. You can check that out in the live tab. I was excited about it. There was, I think, 72 viewers. Most of them were there about 45 to 50 seconds, I think. So not that long. I think there were a few that stayed for the whole thing, which was like 33 minutes or so. I planned on going 30. And I just kind of talked about my life as a drinker from my teenage years up to my 40s when I quit. I was just, honest, open, and willing to do that. I think that is really what my goal is. At the end of the day, is to reach people. It doesn't even have to be as many people. I just want to be able to resonate with who I can resonate with. And if that's 10 people, if that's 100 people, if that's 1 million people, so be it. I really want to be able to help you get and stay sober. I want to be able to help in any way that I can, which is support. I've got a group on Facebook called Sobriety in the Storm. It's a private group. I'll pin the link in the comments below, as I have for all of my videos. You can check out my other videos. I'll pin the link to my sobriety and faith playlist. I looked at my analytics recently, and I noticed that my faith and sobriety playlist has been the most popular one out of all of them. That'll help. God is huge in this. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my faith in Christ and the grace that I received from Him in my sobriety. It's been the biggest blessing in my life, the best choice that I ever made for myself. It's not always fun or easy. That's just life. It's actually enjoyable to not drink. I don't consider myself a non-drinker or a alcoholic. I don't label myself at all. I'm just Josh. I am living life alcohol-free, of course. That aside, I'm just Josh. There's something beautiful about living authentically and not worrying or caring about alcohol. If that's what your goal is, you've come to the right place. If you're looking to grow in your faith as well, you've come to the right place. I'm not going to share a ton about my faith moving forward, because I really do feel like this is a personal journey. It's different for everyone. It's not linear. It's jagged, and it's all over the place for different people. And if God plays a role in your sobriety, then that's awesome. We can relate. If God isn't, then we can also relate, because the one thing that I know that it takes is community. That's why I believe that God put the people in my life that were necessary, and the trust, the shift in thinking for me to trust the people that were there to help me get through to the other side of my addiction. I needed that. And I give all the glory to God for that. What a blessing. I'm so glad that you're here. Please like and subscribe. Fill up the comments. Put as much in there as you want on this video, on my other videos. Good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. As long as we're sharing, and we're sharing our stories, and we're communicating, that's what I'm looking for. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great sober day.